right? Where there were landslides.
That's
and
right.
4 dead, 3,000 displaced. Regional Commissioner, thanks so much for joining us on Sunday Live. Sir, if you can hear us, good evening. What's the latest? Mr. Natembeya, if you can hear us.
Hello.
What's the latest?
The latest that we were on the ground this afternoon. And I want to confirm that we lost 4 people. 1 person from West Pokot and 3 people from Elgeyo Marakwet. The entire Chesogon police post that had 9 officers was swept away. We have been able to account for 8 officers so far. 1 is missing. In fact, the officer in charge of that place, an inspector of police, was rescued this morning. Currently, him and his other 3 colleagues are receiving treatment at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. We airlifted them this afternoon. 2 other people, again, we took them to Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. One good thing is that 13 were rescued yesterday, taken to hospital. They were treated and discharged. I want to thank the people of West Pokot and Elgeyo Marakwet for the efforts they made in rescuing these people. You know that the water just came abruptly. It rained in different places and caused mayhem in another place. The entire Chesogon town was swept away. What we are doing now, from today and tomorrow, we have put in place a team, a multi-agency team that's going to be coordinated by my office, the 2 county commissioners for Elgeyo Marakwet and West Pokot. We have put a team from the Kenya Defence Forces, National Police Service, the Red Cross. We are basically done with the rescue efforts. From tomorrow, we are going to start recovery efforts to see whether those who are still missing, whether they're trapped in the mud or they travel somewhere else. The government is providing some relief food. The Department of Special Programs has come very strongly, and we're going to receive about 600 bags of rice, some cooking oil, some uji mix, and some bathing basins tomorrow. The Kenya Air Force also is lifting food from tomorrow morning.
Commissioner, allow me to interrupt really quickly. This is Victoria. Allow me to interrupt you really quickly. So beyond the relief food, over 3,000 people have been displaced. Where are they spending the night? Not just tonight, but in the coming days. You're talking about an entire town being swept in Chesogon.
We have 493 households that were displaced. So if we do our arithmetics, about 4,000 people. Currently, they're being accommodated by their kin. But from tomorrow, those very cases that are in dire need of shelter, we are making arrangements to have some of them settled at a primary school, that we have put a command center there, and the other group to be settled at a secondary school.
Commissioner, if I could really jump in here and ask you, already your resources must have been strained with all that's going on with Corona. How desperate is the situation right now as it sees on the ground?
The situation is not very desperate, because the national government and the county governments of Elgeyo Marakwet and West Pokot, we are working very well. We are cooperating, and we've been able to pull the required resources. I cannot say that the situation is very dire now. What we want to do tomorrow actually is to do a proper census to ascertain whether the numbers have been given are actually the people have been displaced, because in these circumstances, people normally take advantage and want to ride on the backs of the actual victims. So we're going to carry out a verification exercise, and I'm sure the numbers will come down. But the government is on top of things now as we speak.
Commissioner, when it comes to prior warning, we know the meteorological department gave a heavy rain advisory earlier, but how is this communicated to residents in the area? Do they know they're in danger if the rains do come?
Yeah, they are using our usual public forum, the public barasas. We normally relate some of this communication to our people, but some of them have stayed in some of these areas over the years. They have experienced rain seasons and nothing bad has happened to them. So when you come and tell them that there is danger, there is a tendency for them to doubt some of these warnings. And that's why this time you are saying, if people resist to move away from places that we deem to be dangerous, we are going to force them out of those areas because we are not afforded to lose any more lives.
All right, George Natembeya, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy. You need to get back to work. We appreciate your giving us time here on Sunday Live. Thank you so much, and all the very best. That's George Natembeya there, Rift Valley Regional Commissioner, talking to us live on the latest situation in Elgeyo Marakwet and Pokot counties.
That's right.
Yeah.